Hello, dear students. I'm glad to see you in our online classes. I'm an English teacher of Bukhara State University, Ochilova Razokovna. So, our new theme is English is a lingua franca. Why do we learn English? There are some reasons for learning English. First of all, it's part of curriculum. Second, to chat with friends. Third, to find a job abroad. Fourth, to get a well-paid job. Fifth, to read English books. To study in English-speaking country. Next, to surf the net. To travel to other countries. To understand my favorite songs. And the last one is to understanding the computer software. A lingua franca is a working language used by different populations to communicate when they do not share a common language. It's also called a bridge language, vernacular language, or unifying language. Today, lingua franca plays an important role in global communications well. For example, lingua franca remains numerous and exist on every continent. The most obvious examples as the early 21st centuries is the language. English spoken in everywhere, in every country, in every city. English is a lingua franca refers to the use of English as a medium of communication between peoples of different languages. We include as potential English lingua franca users both those who speak English as an additional language and those who speak English as their main language. English lingua franca has been studied by linguists interested in how its grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation is different from other varieties of English. The official language of internation, all air traffic controls in English. As we know, in our days, so many books, almost all of them is written in English. And here is some countries which are speaking in English language. It's North America, it's South America, Central America, it's in Britain, in Ireland, West Africa, Southern Africa, East Africa. It's speaking in Singapore, in Australia, in New Zealand, and so on. Now we will speak advantage in learning English. Learning English is very important nowadays. You may ask, why? The English language is one of the most widely spoken languages in the world. Second, only in Mandarin. That English is used almost everywhere is only one of the many advantages of learning the language. For example, in business, English is the primary language of business throughout the world. Most international business transactions, including emails, memos, reports, and contracts, are written in English. Then, for example, in movies, major Hollywood movies have a dialogue in English. The plot of these movies is easier to follow if the person watching the movie speaks English. Subtitles in other languages can sometimes cause the meaning of words to be lost in the translation, and they can be distraction, log the action taken during the movie. Next, we will speak about travel. In travel, the English language is predominantly spoken throughout the world, so international travelers may find that speaking in English can make their travel a little easier. Most hotel and restaurant employees, as well as a store merchant, probably speak in English too. In school, students from other countries who attend school in United States will benefit greatly if they can know basic English. This knowledge will help them communicate between both their students and teachers. The students also will have an easier time what they research, reading, short assignment. Next, we will look through in computers. In computers, most software programs are written in English. Those seeking who extend their computer's knowledge can find the ability to read and understand in English language invisibly. Academics. The English language is the predominant language of academics all over the world, with a large amount of research conducted, written, and presented in English. Knowing English can help for scholars who wish to communicate with ideas and research findings to peers of their field. Now, students, we will learn strategies in English. If we learn in English, yes, 10% of what we read we can remember, 20% of what we hear we can remember, 30% what we see we can understand, 50% of what we both hear and see we can remember and learn easier. 70% of what we discussed we can remember easily. 80% of what we experience personally. It means we should have more experience, more speaking English, more learning, more vocabulary in English can help us. So, 95% of what we teach to someone else. It means we have to have more practice to someone else to teach someone as well. It can provide us more learning English language. Learning style. How we can provide our learning style. It may be verbal, words are your strength point. You prefer to use words both in speech and in writing. Visual. You prefer to use pictures, diagrams, images, spiritual understanding to help you learn. A musical auditory. You prefer using sounds or music or even rhythm to help you learn. Next one, physical. You use your hands, body, and sense of touch to help you learn. You might act things out. What's your learning style? It might be logical, mathematical. Learning easier for you if you use logic, reasoning, system, and sequence. It might be social as well. You like to learn new things as a part of a group. Explaining your understanding to a group helps you to learn more easier. Solitary, and the last one is combination. Your learning style is combination of two or more of this system or style. There is 7 learning styles for high school. It's oral, you prefer using sound and music. It's visual, you prefer using pictures and images. It's physical, you prefer using your body, hands, sense of touch. Next one, social, you prefer learning groups with others. Solitary, you prefer to work alone and use self-study. Next one, logical, you prefer using logical reasoning and systems. The last one is verbal. You prefer using words in speech and writing. The next way to learn English is overview. It might be visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. In visual, we may include see the teacher, sit in front of classroom, think in pictures, learn best from visual displays. In auditoria, we can include verbal lesson, discussions, listening to others, interest meaning by listening, and may read aloud. Kinesthetic. You may use hand-on approach, hard time sitting still, rather demonstrations and explain, prefers group work. There is 5 language learning strategies. First of all, cognitive, mnemonic, metacognitive, affective, and social. Now, we may see learning pyramids in English language. Average student retention rate is 10% of lectures, reading, 20% audiovisual, 30% demonstration, and then discussion, practice doing, and 90% last of them is teach others. Next one is blended learning. It's classroom learning and online learning. Blended learning divides in 2 parts. It's human and technology. In human, we can include motivation, personalization, feedback, fluent and listening, relevance, and discipline. Technology, we may include mobility, structure, tracking and control, self-study, reduced cost, and global. Now we may see classroom teaching. And there is 5 benefits of flipping in classroom. It's efficient and reliable, students controlled learning, cost-effective implementation, content-rich presentation, and the last one, engaged-based learning. There is example. What is your favorite way to relax? How difficult it is to find time for yourself? Some people say a change is good as a rest. How far do you agree? Is it always good things to be able to forget your problems? And the last one, how do you think entertainment will change over the 50 years? It was exercise. Take your time, do this exercise please. I think learning English is very interesting and important things in our day. Our lesson is over. Goodbye. See you next time.